Want to learn how to catch a surge when you start a shift? Want to learn how to start a shift off right? Stay tuned, and I'm going to show you how to start off with a surge. I'm going to show you how to keep getting a surge. And frustrations. Today, guys, I'm going to show you guys how to start off your shift with a surge. Anytime you start your shift, you should always start off with a surge. Why? Because that is the one time when you can definitely make the most money. Anytime I'm starting off a shift, I'm going to start off in an area with a surge. Now, sometimes in my neighborhood, I can walk out the door or even sit in my house and catch a surge before I even start, before I even jump in the car. But if not, maybe your area doesn't have surges during certain times of the day or whenever you're trying to start. So what do? Go to the nearest area that's got a surge and start in that area. Why? Because that way you can make the most money. That is a tip and trick a lot of you guys don't understand sometimes. I'm not going to just turn it on and start where I'm at. If I'm starting a shift or if I'm starting from taking a break, whatever, I'm going to catch a surge. And that way, I know a lot of people say, hey, look, don't chase surges. But you know what? You don't really have to chase the surge. But if you can get to a surge, why not start off with a surge? I know I'm going to, because that's the way I can guarantee that that fare that I'm taking is going to be more money than it would be without it. Now, if you look right there, you'll see how all these are surges. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to hit that go button. But as soon as you hit that, you want to hit the coffee cup and pause it when you get close to that area so that you can grab the max amount of surge. You want to get the max amount of surge that you can get. So if it shows 350 and you're getting there and it's like yellow, the yellow is probably like $150 or $2, $175, something like that. So you hit that coffee cup button, and then when I got the screen right there on mine, it'll gas stations, charging stations, and all that. Well, when I go down there, it's going to show the same heat map it shows right there. And doing that, that's the way that you can pause it and grab you a surge and still see where the surge is going to be at. Think about it. $5, $10, $12, whatever that surge is, I'm going to start off. Even if it's $1.50, that is way more money than I would have had without the surge, no matter what it is. So anytime I can start off with a surge, that's what I'm going to do. That's what you should do. Stay tuned, and I'm going to show you how. Got another surge. I just dropped them off, and now I'm still in the surge area because I got the thing on pause. So now I drive up. It was like $1.25, but I'm trying to get to that 350. So I just keep driving, and then that way, that's how you keep maximizing when you know that area is going to be hot. You just keep hitting that resume. And then if you can't hit resume after you accept the ride, you're going to hit the whole stop new request, which is the same little button at the bottom. Now that coffee cup right there is blanked out. So what you do is I go stop new request, and then it'll give you a ride as soon as you pick them up, which means they're waiting longer, but it's doing that so that they don't have to pay us the surge. So that's how you get around that. Anytime you notice that you pick somebody up and automatically it gives you a ride, and that ride's not really like a 2-minute ride, it's not that short, it's because you're about to go into a high surge area and Uber doesn't want to pay it to you. That's how you get around it. Put the pause the coffee cup or stop new request. That's the only way to do it, and that's the way you can maximize your earnings when you're starting a shift or during a busy time, wherever area you're in. These little tricks, if you're trying to make some money real quick and you know that area is busy, it's a little way to boost your earnings, because Uber's definitely not going to do it for you. So you gotta, these are some things I wish I had learned when I first started. I had to learn all this stuff by just trial and error and just playing with it, actually by doing it by accident. There was a lot of things I didn't even know you could catch a surge and drive away from it. In the beginning, I'd always drive to that spot and sit there, and sometimes that surge is in areas that aren't, like, there's no rides, or you don't even want to sit there. You want to be trying to go somewhere else. So that's, that's when I learned, oh, that surge will help get more money. So I figured out, you know, that's a little tip and trick that everybody, I think, if you're driving, you should know. And if you don't know, that's why I'm trying to make this video for you, so that you will know. This way you can make some money, because, you know, I've seen over the year that I've been driving that how much the rides have gone down. And I thought at the time it was because of my diamond level, my tier, and that's not it either. When I boosted up to the diamond, it kind of gave me better rides. Like, I was getting airport reservations and stuff, but really I wasn't making any more money, and I was just taking a whole bunch of rides that really weren't worth it to keep my acceptance rating up. And that's just not always, you know, once I got that cash reward, what else was there I needed from Uber? I got the Costco membership. Wow, okay, that's great, but I don't really go there that often. It was a bonus, but that's it. Keeping a surge as long as you can, especially if you're working an event. But even like TBC, when I showed you how to catch the surge and how to go back and do the event, you're going to use those same tips and those same ideas to stay in a high surge area to get as much money as you can in a small amount of time. Because I tell you what, it makes a huge difference. The way Uber is being nowadays and how cheap they're being, the only way to really make some money is to catch a surge. And a lot of times it doesn't even make the price go up on the passengers. And also, even if it does, they're paying money, a higher amount of money anyways, because they're in a surge area. Have you ever noticed when you pick up a passenger and their pin is way somewhere where they're at, and they'll message you, say, hey, I'm over here? It's because they're at a surge on the passenger app, or on their app, on the rider app. There was a surge and they didn't want to pay it, so they try to put it over here to get out of it. Now, I understand that, but at the same time, as a driver, we're the ones that are footing all the expenses, so we got to make money. The only way to do it is start off with a surge. Anytime you can get a surge, do it. The best way to do it is to pause it. And then if you can, once you run out of using that coffee cup, which I believe is 2 or 3 times, then you do stop new requests. And then when you get back in that surge area, you turn it back on, you catch your ride from there. Now, normally I don't like trying to catch a surge or starting off without the coffee cup, because then I can't go to the area I want. I have to actually stay in that spot and catch a surge, because if you'll notice, when you go to catch a surge, if you run out of coffee cups, if you don't take that first ride and you're out of that surge area, it's going to lose that surge. So sometimes when you have that surge, you have no choice but to take that next ride just because you want to keep that surge. But sometimes that's all right. Take that ride real quick, let it recoup or let it rebuild up your little coffee cup, your little break thing. Let that build up. I think it takes about 15, 20 minutes. But usually by the end of that ride, it'll pop back up on there, and now you're back in the game. This is the way that you can make the most money. Hey, I do it all the time. It's the only way to make money, guys, because these little tips and tricks will help boost your earnings for your daily shift or even throughout the week. You'll notice that throughout making all this money, you'll make a huge difference.